Hello everyone, this is Supersnoopy here, back with another SWTOR video. Today I have for you guys another SWTOR discussion video. Today's SWTOR discussion video, we're just going to be talking about the war for Iokath. So I'm just going to be going over, some of my plans when it comes down to the channel actually uploading stuff relating to, the game update. I'm also just going to be, talking about some of the stuff this update is going to actually include. So with this discussion video, I want to kind of relate to it as if, you can just click this video and later and just kind of see it, some of the views and what I kind of think of, the game update. So, I mean, this is just kind of like a video where you can watch it after the update has, come out, or you can watch it like today, just before the update comes out, and just can, relate to it either way. So, if you guys enjoy this SWTOR discussion video, as always, if you guys enjoy these videos, then make sure to leave a like. And if you guys want some gaming mints, then check the link in the description down below. Catalytic gaming mints. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in the discussion. Alrighty guys, let's get into the discussion right now. So as you guys know, in the SWTOR, the War for Iokath is a game update 5.2 in SWTOR. This is going to introduce new dailies, a new story, and of course a new operation. So with the expansion, or not really the expansion, but the game update, we're going to see one new operation boss. And they're going to, release later operation bosses just, as time goes on. So they mentioned that, there will be some walker combat in PvP and just some, just regular open PvP. So yeah, I mean, it seems like this update is trying to, implement a bunch of new stuff to the game, which I actually do like that. I mean, when it comes down to SWTOR, it is always nice to kind of see new content in a sense, because it seems like, they're trying to listen to the community outcry and input when it comes down to actual group content. Since, as of, quite recently, there's been a big content drought when it comes down to actually completing group content. So I feel like the War for Iokath is, it's a good way just to go ahead and just bring some players back. And also, it's a good way to just keep the players that currently play the game, just allow them to keep on playing. Now, the first thing I'm going to actually go over besides just the update here is just when it comes down to uploading, content relating to it to this channel. So, I mean, of course, I'm going to try to upload the story and maybe, the operation boss. It's going to be a bit delayed as I am, pretty busy when this update actually does release tomorrow. So I will try to get like a video or two out, but I mean, it's going to be semi-slow. So I do apologize for that. It's not going to be like when I did Knights of the Eternal Throne, where I was uploading like 20 billion videos a day just going through all the story. So we do have that right there. But overall, it does allow me to have, a lot of video content just to actually produce for you guys. And it just allows me to, kind of look through all the different stuff that this little update has to actually offer. Now, with that, uploading stuff aside, I mean, when it comes down to the actual content of the update, I think it is a good step in the, the right direction when it comes down to Star Wars: The Old Republic. I mean, either way, a lot of the community, including myself, have kind of like stated and trying to tell Bioware that, we want more group content when it comes down to, Star Wars: The Old Republic. But yeah, I mean, this update is, a really good step in the right direction. They just need to try and kind of like keep up with this whole entire trend of, keeping with the group content, just trying to get back to the community in the right way. I can understand, with the solo single-player chapters, I mean, they were obviously, really good. It seems like they stepped up the quality a lot with Knights of the Eternal Throne. But still, at the same time, I feel like now that that ship has, actually sailed when it comes down to the content, they can focus, still on the story, because, I mean, the story does help a lot with Star Wars: The Old Republic. They can try to kind of, like, lean the story more to, I guess, say, like, multiplayer content. Hopefully, they do something relating to, like, Orcon, where you had, that big little, or not that little story chain, but you had that, like, story chain where it allowed you to do a bunch of dailies and stuff, and then compete and fight in the operations that just actually related to, like, or, related to, like, the Dreadmasters and stuff. I feel like, a kind of daily area like that, or just, dailies just leading up to, like, a big boss fight or something along the lines of that, does help a lot, because it does, like, encourage, some multiplayer gameplay. But once again, I do understand that there are some players that really like the single-player content. So it is smart for Bioware to have it so, if you sub once, you get all of the content. I mean, especially with this new content update, you just have to be level 70. You don't even need to be a sub to actually, access the content. All you need to be is level 70. So I think that's a really good, step in the right direction. I know that that may be, some people might say, oh, hey, they're going to lose some money. But still, at the same time, I mean, that does help out a lot because, I mean, some players just want to kind of like test out the content. And then they can just go ahead and sub and say, hey, I just want to play this new operation or something along the lines of that. It seems like they're trying to do something with, of course, the whole entire, like I said, like the implementation of, the operation where they just want to go ahead and, they just want to release it in chunks. I mean, they said that they're doing that because they're going to work on it and they're just going to like release the bosses as they actually complete them rather than just release them as a whole later on. I think that's a pretty smart, it's a pretty smart move because, it allows us to see the new bosses and stuff without, having to just go ahead and wait for it. But at the same time, I can understand where, where people might get actually, somewhat irritated by that. So, of course, there is that. But yeah, I'm kind of interested just to see, how they just keep up with the direction with the War for Iokath. I mean, it is a really smart move, at least in my opinion, for, how they want to just go ahead and just keep the game going. Since I know that a lot of players are likely going to actually enjoy this. It also brings, I guess it brings me back to doing and completing dailies. So, I haven't done that in a while, and it's really nice to see a new daily area because I do like completing the new missions and kind of seeing how the game is just going to go ahead and unfold. Now, when it comes down to the new operation and, the first boss, based on what I've seen, it seems like it's going to be a pretty cool boss. Just based on the whole entire idea that they're going to try to keep up the quality of the first boss that we've actually seen with this new operation. Of course, players have actually played it on the PTS, and some of them have had, permission to upload video footage. Obviously, BioWare doesn't love me, and they constantly ignore me, and they clearly didn't invite me to this PTS, but, that's a topic for another time. But, of course, it is pretty nice that they actually, allowed some players and some, influencers and all that different stuff to just go ahead and, I say, kind of like play test the boss, to just kind of like show off the boss in the sense that, they just want to show the viewers and all that different stuff the boss, because it's cool because it shows that they're trying to keep up with the quality of the game. They're just trying to make some quality operation bosses. So for a first boss, I would assume they would just do something really simplistic. Because with the most first bosses and a majority of the operations in Star Wars Republic, a lot of them are very, very simplistic. As in, it seems like you have to attack this and do this. It seems like they're trying to implement, different mechanics and stuff, which is always, a plus. It seems like they aren't trying to reuse too many things. It seems like they're just trying to keep the whole entire structure unique. So hopefully they just continue to do that. A good example of unique mechanics and stuff was with the, the actual single-player chapters in Star Wars Republic with Knights of the Fallen Empire and Knights of the Eternal Throne. Because, if you notice with those bosses, even though they were like single-player bosses, it was very obvious that they, they added some new, mechanics and stuff for the little boss fights, which I do like that. It seems like, they still have, some good and fresh ideas for the bosses, and hopefully, just kind of like keeps up with the current quality, or, the quality of the bar they're kind of like setting with this new operation. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this Star Wars Republic discussion video, just going over the War for Iokath. I just wanted to make this a video pretty brief, just going over, some of my opinions and views on the new update. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Star Wars Republic discussion video. As always, if you guys enjoy these videos, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.